EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Watson off play action. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number one from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I can see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. They go play action now. Lawrence. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The kick by Lambeau is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Now, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in Q1 of the new year. We'll be back. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Etienne. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop.
Once more, Etienne.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown.
Travis Etienne
with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. His throw incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. On 2nd and 10, Watson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off right around the 43. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. James O'Shaughnessy.
Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Jaguars are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Lambeau on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And bulldozing his way through and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards the pick up there and also a first down. Here's a give to Lindsey. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 17-0 our score after 1. Second down at 4. It's a give to the right. Ingram. Ingram's got the first down and more. Touchdown, Houston. Mark Ingram, 34 yards. And the Texans get a bit closer. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it, but the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride it maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off with a long touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3. Second down and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator. And they're we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Come on.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Toss left side for Etienne.
He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
On the ready. 14's the mic. Here we go. Two times.
Here's Lawrence.
The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Another completion there. We think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career, an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
They'll try to run with Etienne.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Now Lawrence.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James O'Shaughnessy, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He'll start things with a handoff to Lindsey.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll try the left side with Lindsey. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Houston. Phillip Lindsay, 72 yards. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Malik Collins breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And running with power here. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. 63 yards on a punt return score. And the Texans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
But that doesn't wake up the home crowd. I don't know what will. That's a big-time return for a touchdown, and you know how much I love momentum plays.
Yeah, and like you just said, kind of gets this home crowd into it. We'll see how they handle it moving forward. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with 40 seconds to go, that's, you'd think, time enough to try to mount a drive should they decide to do so. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they do finally get him, but he takes it. To the 25.
A gain of 50 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. Now Lawrence finds the open target, Arnold. Not much there, only a yard.
Well, another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
Here we go. Set. 60 out long. You ain't going nowhere. 14 to go. 14's the mark. Good. Smooth. Second turn, defense. Second turn, defense. Let's go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Jaguars would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
Nine seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll run. It's Lindsey. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
A give running right, ETN.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
On 2nd down, here's Lawrence.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. He'll let it fly for Austin. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. He's going to try and go deep again. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyron Johnson, 45 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 136 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but...
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Oh, but he'll be stopped well short of the first down marker, and it's a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Gets around him and brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Lawrence will throw. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is now 24. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Lindsey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
And that was a pleasing run from Phillip Lindsay coming over from the Denver Broncos to join now a crowded backfield with the Houston Texans. But why is it so crowded? Because they finished 31st in the league last year in rushing, and they're trying to find anyone who can lead them and get that running game moving in Houston.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Now a handoff for Lindsey. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. Another run by Lindsey. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. They're going with Lindsey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's a give to Lindsey running right. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Open man there is Collins, complete. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, his first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about rush coming, and he's taken down. Jamie Collins gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. To try again after the sack. Lawrence breaks through, and now a fumble. The ball's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown. DJ Chark with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Jaguars are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into Week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
And the 2015 first-round pick, Malcolm Brown, brings him down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lindsey. Lindsey, first down and more than that. And all the way down to the 41-yard line.
211 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the counter, Lindsey. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
It's a give to the right. Ingram. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Mark Ingram. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans cut into that lead.
This opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Tavon Austin now from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
He finds his man, complete. That's Arnold. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
A nice throw there. We've seen a lot of those from this young man. How would you assess, Charles, his first start thus far?
I think it's been everything that they could have asked for because he's handled all the basic things quite well. And even some of the wrinkles that have been thrown at him, he's shown a lot of poise throughout and made some nice plays.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And the Jags are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll run with Etienne. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Lawrence to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On 2nd down, right back to Lindsey. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Lindsey. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. They'll run for it. It's Ingram. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they work this well upfield across the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Ingram's got the 1st down and more, and finally brought down at the 31-yard line. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Jacksonville, it's a victory in the debuts of Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer, 2 guys whose fortunes will certainly be linked the next few years. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.